Hey guys, welcome back to the Brake Shop. Well, this is after Power Tour. Man, Power Tour was a blast this year. We got to meet a lot of great people. Got to see a lot of very awesome cars. And the cruising, second to none. But we got to talk about something that did happen Power Tour. I'm not going to call it a failure, but yeah, it was a failure. Let's check it out. All right, here it is. Oh. A broken flex plate. Oh, look how bad that is. This is going to be a lot of fun. Alright. Here's my replacement. This came off my donor engine. That usually sits right back here in the corner. I bought this core engine about 2, maybe 3 years ago. This is Ram Runner's spare engine, just in case the one I have in it doesn't make it. So this is in case I ever have a failure with it. This is more about just a backup. I can throw in it real quick and keep it mobile. Alright, the way this is going to work, I need to get the exhaust off. I need to get the starter off, bell housing bolts. I need to get the flex plate bolts out. The flex plate, the torque converter bolts. Is there anything else? Gotta separate the engine transmission. I gotta get the drive shaft out of it, so I can scoot the transmission back. I need like 8 inches to be able to get the old one off, put the new one on, torque it back down, put everything back together. Anyway, get yourself a cold drink and join us. Alright, having a little fun down here. So I need to get that off. That's pretty much my TV cable. These down there are wrenching on that one down there. So we got 3 of the 6 bolts that we need to take out. So I need to keep going. I got 2 up here by the distributor to get.
Yep, so what we got right now is one of the bell housing bolts. The second from the bottom. It'd be kind of like above the starter, but it's so close to the firewall, like the toe board, you can't really get a wrench on it. I think full disclosure is saying that the transmission has never been out of this thing independently of the engine.
This is true. I have never put an engine in anything by itself. It's always gone with the engine.
They've always gone as a pair, and so we're having a little bit of a problem getting this last bolt out. I believe that's the last one. We'll look around. There may be one more, but as of right now, we think this is the last one. All right,
What would happen if
we'll keep you updated.
Okay, we got all the bell housing bolts out, and I need to work on getting these converter bolts. I need to get. There's 4 of them in total. They're 9/16. So I gain access to that one there, and that one there right off the bat. Then I'll have to spin the engine over. The best thing I've found to do, I think I can do it. I may have to put this thing in neutral actually. But I need to get a screwdriver in that hole and spin the converter around to gain access. I'll have to see if I can do this. Transmission might be, the torque converter might just spin. Yeah, I think the converter's just gonna spin. Okay, I'll catch you on the other side. All right, we got the flex plate torque converter bolts out. We got the transmission and engine separated. We are now working on pulling out the flex plate bolts on the back of the crank. Looks like that. Oh, sorry, lost the light. Lost the light there. Right there they are. I got them all loose. We just gotta get in there with a ratchet and wrench them out. Got the last bolt coming out of this flex plate, and then we can see the damage. All right, I get my hand there. Okay,
Hang on.
let's see if I can. Oh, the other one's. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, I got it.
That screwdriver coming out.
All right, here we go. It's out.
Yep. So we got the old one out. Here it is. Look at that thing. It's cracked here, here, here. It's in under here. It's got a lot of fractures in it. Here's the new one we got going in. There was really not much holding this thing back together. Like, it's like this is the only spot holding this whole thing together is right here. If that cracked right there, this whole side would be gone. Yep. All right, so let's talk about hot rod etiquette. What you can do, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, and what's actually going to happen. When you're car guys, what you can get away with. Yeah. All right, so in general, these flex plates on these automatic transmissions are to be used one time. They are not to be reused. When you pull one out, take it apart, you're not supposed to put it back together using the same flex plate. But I know a lot of car people who do. In fact, we're guilty of it ourselves. Yep. Because you know what we're going to do? We're going to reuse that one. This one came off a donor engine. We inspected it for cracks. And we're gonna reuse this one. Exactly what you're not supposed to do, but we're gonna go ahead and do it anyway. Look what else we just noticed. These things have weights on them. This is the broken one that just came off. Look, there's no weight on here. At some point, the weight, that could have been what broke this thing. The weight could have fell off and we got all out of balance. I don't know. We're gonna check under the transmission inside the bell and see if it's still in there. Sideways. All right, we got it going. All right, we're torquing it down. Got a few. We got it good. Wouldn't you know it? Not the light. I bumped it with the torque wrench. Looks like we got them all though. We're just double checking now. Oh, I think you're up against your creeper. I think I am too. All right, we're good. One more check. I think that's it. All right, that's all of them. So flex plate is the new, old, but new flex plate is installed. New to us. Next is the line the transmission back up, put the torque converters back in, torque converter bolts back in, bell housing bolts. Yeah, it's bell housing bolts, torque converter bolts, drive shaft, starter, exhaust. Yeah, cross member. Just reassemble. We're in reassembly phase now. So the repair is halfway done. All right, keep you updated. So here's where we're at with it. I didn't record everything because I was actually struggling in a one man. But I started having issues with the transmission jack. I could not get it to go high enough. For some reason it just stalled out. I couldn't get it to lift anymore. So to make it easier, I transferred the transmission over to that floor jack. This is not my favorite way of getting transmissions into place, but beggars can't be choosers. All I could do is lift it a little, align it, raise it a little, align it, raise it a little, and align it until I can get the dowel pins to start lining up. Once the dowel pins lined, I was able to like start a bolt and start pulling it together on one side. Move to the other side. This side here, let me let you get up here and see that. Okay. Yeah, right here. So it's all together. This is not gonna be the easiest way to do this, I promise, but I got 4 bell housing bolts in. I still got about 2 more in the starter, and this thing should be about ready to drop in the cross member, and this should be it for me. I'll keep following along a little bit till we get this thing beaten. All right, progress. I got all the bell housing bolts in. That's the cross member there. Got the cross member in. Working on the drive shaft now. I think we're gonna have this thing done in a couple more hours.
Right, we're going to try and knock this thing out today. All I have left to do is the torque converter bolt, the exhaust, the starter, and the shift linkage. All that should be maybe an hour and a half's worth of work, maybe a little bit less if I'm lucky. I know the torque converter is going to be the hardest part. I think everything else will just kind of like fall back together. Let's get after it. We're going to keep moving forward. Last night I was able to do the bolts on the torque converter, but I already put the inspection cover on, so it's bolted up. Got the starter on. Alright, starter's bolted back up. I just got done putting the exhaust back up. The last thing I got to do, well, I got two more things. I had to put the shift linkage. It is column shifted. I get the column shift on, and I got to remount my transmission oil cooler. Sitting right there. He'll just slip up there again. Plug it back in. All right, guys. I got the exhaust on. And I got the oil cooler still to do. I got to hook up my carburetor for my TV cable and my ground strap for the grounding. Well, after that, that's it, guys. It was about a 3-day project. Really wasn't all that hard. See how it goes. All right, so that wraps up the flex plate installation on Ram Runner. That wasn't such a bad job, but this was our failure on Hot Rod Power Tour. We actually had 3. Hammond Brake Shop did not come out unscathed on Power Tour this year. The Camaro was the first of our victims. What it was is the S10 was a little bit closer to being finished, so we kind of poured all the resources into getting it done, and it went down to the wire. The issue with that is it wasn't tested. It had no road time when it went to the Hot Rod Power Tour. Okay, that kind of bit us because it only made like 40 miles out of town. So that's why the shop truck went instead of the Camaro and the S10. Okay, so then we had to regroup. Okay, so now the shop truck went and Ram Runner went in its place instead of the S10. And for the most part, it did fine. Maybe if we would have dropped it here on Wednesday instead of continuing on up to Ohio and Indy, it probably would have broke anyway. To be honest with you, it was kind of a freak occurrence. What it was, when I finally got it off, I actually had 2 bell housing bolts that were broken off, like broke. The heads were snapped off, just studs sticking out. So I think that is what helped push the separation of the engine and the transmission. And then the pulling, because the passenger side was pulled away and the driver's side was still tight. So I think it was giving that tug. So as the motor would rotate over, when it got to the far side, it was pulling it away, came back on around, and it pulled it in. And in that circular motion the whole time, I think it just stressed, flexed, and then broke. You know, you think a flex plate can flex, right? no such thing, no such. Anyway, we do plan on doing Hot Rod Power Tour again next year. Maybe. Yes, yeah, guys. So, if you like our content, like, share, subscribe. See you next time.